Hey, before we move on from Bernstein,
go ahead.
One of my favorite Jews.
Seeing some of these wrestlers kind of like expose themselves.
I've taken that have been more entertaining than watching that.
Over or under 5.5 more dildos get thrown before they have to initiate some sort of law saying, hey, if you do this again, you know it's coming.
What's coming?
Boom. Lord.
Making cutoff great again.
Good evening. We are live here. It is the Group Chat Podcast. Hope everybody is enjoying themselves tonight as much as we're going to be over the next several hours. I am Casey Gisclair. He is Nick Hebert. He is Damian St. Pierre. And we've got Tommy Bayou on satellite location today. We've got a fun show coming your way today. We're going to talk about Victor Hernandez dropping his opponent this weekend, getting a big win, setting the stage for maybe an October fight. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about New Orleans Saints camp coming up. Shough is not looking very good. By all accounts, the Saints have a new leader in their quarterback room, and it's not who you thought it would be going into the season. We'll talk about Dabo Swinney saying Clemson will be the only ever 16-0 college football team. I don't even know if you're going to be 1-0, but we'll talk about that. We're going to be giving away some stuff. We're giving away a $100 Walmart gift card and a school supply giveaway. We got hoodies to give away. We've got SummerSlam to talk about. We got all sorts of things to talk about today. We got dildos on the court and WNBA games to talk about today.
You know, missed that word at between 12 and 2 today. It was very, very shady between 12 and 2 today on the radio.
Yeah, there's only certain places I could say that. We're going to announce our fantasy football league that we are starting. We're going to try to get you guys involved, get you guys signed up. Anyway, let's jump right into it. We left off and we closed out our last show last Tuesday by issuing a challenge. Hey, Victor, go knock his ass out. Well, he listened. Victor Hernandez, Golden Meadow guy, now 15-0. Got a 10th round stoppage win over Javon Garnett in a fight that, frankly, was not very close. He stopped him with 37 seconds left in the bout and, frankly, dominated the fight. The only thing that I regret, I guess, is that on BoxRec, sometimes they have what the judges' scores were at the time of the stoppage. I wish they would have had that here. They don't have it listed, but I would have had a feeling it would probably be 8-1, maybe 7-2. He was in control of the fight. I know Damian saw it. I don't know if Nick saw it, but it was a very strong performance. We said on this show, hey, look, this is not one of those where you have to look pretty. All you got to do is win. Well, he won and looked pretty and got a decisive knockout win and improving to 15-0 and looking really damn good doing it. Al Bernstein says after the fight, hey, this little Hernandez guy is a contender and he can maybe challenge for titles. That's high praise for our local guy from Golden Meadow.
Man, I could tell you we were at the Bless Your Heart Gala on Saturday night. Ordered the fight at about 7 o'clock, periodically checked in to make sure I wasn't missing anything. By the time the first round started, we probably had about 15 of us at the table watching off my phone. Couldn't hear anything, but I do want to go back and listen to Al Bernstein. I don't know if folks understand the credibility that Al Bernstein has. He was on Showtime for a long time, on Top Ranks, Tuesday night fights, Wednesday night fights, all kinds of different things. He's actually in the International Boxing Hall of Fame before Kennedy McKinney, which is kind of crazy, but nonetheless, I don't know if Victor could have painted a picture of a better outcome than what happened on Saturday. Friday, play-by-play, I said, watch the first 3 rounds. I'm going to tell you the story of the fight. That was exactly what happened.
Yep.
He came out on fire. You could tell he was very confident in what he was doing, his conditioning. Then the 3rd and 4th rounds, the 2 rounds that you questioned, I think he might have lost one, and the other one was really, really close. So I was thinking to myself, man, you look like an idiot because the first 2 rounds he dominated, then he slowed down. But then he stepped on the gas. I talked about the result being the best that he could hope for. He's got the 10 rounds under his belt. He knows the dedication it takes to make it 10 rounds and the style that he fights. He got the experience of having a 10-round bout under his belt, and he still got the knockout. Obviously, the best possible outcome that he could have had. I was expecting a little bit more out of Mr. Garnett, but I think Vic's constant pressure is something that he has not seen before. He was never able to get comfortable, and it was a great night for Victor Hernandez. It was a great night for the Bayou. He had a lot of support.
You know, Nick, you've seen the highlights. Pretty much everybody down the Bayou has now seen the highlights. It ended in a flurry, just beating the crap out of Javon Garnett in the corner, 10, 15 shots in a row. I thought it was actually kind of a late stoppage. He was beating the crap out of him. Checked every box, man. Earned the 15th win. And the most impressive thing, Garnett had never been stopped before. Yeah, he had lost before, but he had never been stopped before. He lost via decision to some pretty good prospects. Victor now is forever going to be able to say, hey, I'm the first one to get his ass out before the fight was over.
One thing that I was very impressed with is this was the 10th round, and he's throwing punch after punch after punch, and threw like probably 20 punches straight in the 10th round. So this guy fought the whole fight, and in the 10th round still had that much gas in the tank. That is awesome. It was very good for him to go the 10 rounds because he's never been 10 rounds before, to actually go to 10 rounds with somebody who can take his shots to make him work. I think Victor's coming out of this not only the North American Boxing Association featherweight champion, not only the North American Boxing Federation junior featherweight champion, but also a much better boxer that knows he can go to distance. He has that confidence that if he gets into a war, he can go 10 rounds with anybody and just he won't get tired. So amazing job on the cardio. Congratulations, Victor, on the championships. And we're looking forward to your next one.
He does look great, man. He was shredded at the weigh-in, and sky's the limit. And we mentioned, Bernstein saying after the fight, hey, this kid looked incredible.
Before we move on from Bernstein,
go ahead.
He did have a little tidbit in there that I left out because I don't think it was very positive. But how do you think Victor or his team takes the fact that Bernstein said he could be a contender, but I don't see him winning a title?
Oh, I would be playing that over and over and over again to Victor if I were in his management team. Absolutely.
After the fight, Bernstein and Eric Botner, they were kind of on Garnett afterwards, saying that from here he's probably not going to get any winnable fights and whatnot. But they did go on to say that he was a credible opponent now, and that Victor got a really good win on his resume, which is exactly what he was looking for.
So we have been billing this as a fight one of a 2-fight package deal. They asked Victor about the second fight in the package deal after, and he said, hey, pray for my opponent because I'm coming hard and I'm ready to roll, all this good stuff. Well, the second fight of the package deal is no longer listed on BoxRec. Don't know exactly why. Don't know if maybe the management team thought, hey, he's been just working very hard. He's fought 3 times in the last, 6 weeks, maybe a little extra time, maybe a situation where something happened with the opponent, the venue. I don't know. You guys know. You're going to tell me. Why don't we see that October the 9th or October the 10th date listed? And what are some possibilities? What are some things that could be happening there that maybe could be holding that up?
I don't really have an answer for that, strictly because he didn't sustain much damage other than he would in a random sparring sessions. Maybe something bigger came up. They canceled it. Maybe that guy that he was fighting decided, hey, I'm not going against that little badass Mexican dude from Golden Meadow. I don't know. It could be a number of things.
I'm not don't even have the card listed at all.
So the whole thing may have gotten canceled. Look, you and I talked about it a little bit back and forth. What's the point? And not to rain on anybody's parade at all, but having a guy from Cincinnati, Ohio against a guy from Golden Meadow, Louisiana in Nashville. It wasn't like a 2 top 10 or a heavyweight or a champion, like a world championship fight. It was a regional championship fight.
Nobody in the building.
Yeah, it's I don't know if that's one of the reasons that the fight is not happening or the whole thing got scrapped, but it makes me feel a little bit better that the whole thing's not there anymore.
So, and again, I'm asking you guys to guess on a hypothetical when we don't know. Do we expect it to be that same 10-0 guy just at a later date at a different venue? Is it going to be a completely different opponent? Like, what do you guys think we should expect next for Victor Hernandez?
It all depends on what he's feeling right now. He's going to be in line for a world title shot. Is he going to get it now? Is he going to wait? That's kind of that limbo. And Al Bernstein and Eric Botner talked about it. When you get to that point, do you want to stay that active? Do you want to hold on to that ranking? It's kind of like Owen Hart when he won a Slammy. You never really let it go. And do you go take an opportunity to mess that up, or you just continue being active? Or there's a lot of places that he could go right now. And we were banking on those 2 fights being a big deal. That second fight would have been a huge deal because he would have really thrown him in to that top echelon of fighter.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see, Nick. What were your thoughts? I guess we're speculating, but I guess it doesn't look like the El Paso thing's happening on the same date, at least that we thought it would be.
Maybe there's something bigger lined up for him. Who knows? But he put himself in a good spot with that win that it might be time to strike it big. Go for something bigger than that little 10-0 guy. Who knows?
Could be. Congratulations to Victor taking care of business, getting Garnett out in the 10th. And look, I want to reiterate, this was not a situation where, he just threw the golden punch and he was beating the shit out of Garnett the entire fight. It was not any type of fluke in any way. He was winning the fight. If it would have gone the decision, he would have won the decision. It was a fight that he controlled from start to finish.
He invested early into the body of Garnett, and I think that had a lot to do with the late stoppage because he just could not take that. You could see him almost wincing in pain every time Victor connected with a body shot. It was a good performance, man. One of the best I've seen from him, and it definitely put him on the map, which is what we thought it would.
Great night for everybody in Golden Meadow.
Yeah, what was up with that?
Tommy, did you have a chance to see the fight? I know for sure you saw the highlights, but, man, you saw Victor in person a couple fights ago, and then now just beating the crap out of this Garnett guy. Very impressive performance for Hernandez.
I didn't watch the fight, but I did see the highlights. And obviously you guys are the boxing experts. But what I thought was kind of nice is leading up to the buildup of the fight, you guys were saying, hope he doesn't overlook this. And after the stoppage, which was awesome, a 20-punch flurry in the 10th round, he seemed all jacked up and to be really pumped up, obviously celebrating. But then you saw a little moment where maybe it finally hit him. Like, hey, this was one of my big breaks or something. He falls to his knees in the ground. Maybe it sunk in right there. I've been working my whole life, and now I'm here. So really pumped up for him. He's a big fan of the show. We're big fans of his. And, we're sitting here. We're waiting to get in the jalapeno business. That's what we're doing. Damien's in talks with that. So really proud of him. He set out what he wanted to do, and the plant is on the map. So as long as these announcers remember how to say plant, it doesn't matter if they want to call it Golden Meadow. It doesn't matter if they want to call it Golden Meadow. The plant is on the map, and it is jalapeno business starting now.
Hey, man, very well said. A jalapeno gets a big win and taking care of business, and whatever's next, we're going to get you covered and make sure that we keep you abreast on everything that's Victor Hernandez. Let's talk about a less bright topic, which would be the New Orleans Saints training camp, which is ongoing. By the time we do our next midweek show, the Saints will have played a preseason game. They play a preseason game Sunday in Los Angeles against the Los Angeles Chargers. And I think really probably about, a month and a half, 2 months ago, if you would have asked all of us, all right, truth serum, put it in your veins, who's going to be the Saints starting quarterback? We all probably would have said Tyler Shough because they invested a second-round draft pick. We've all seen Spencer Rattler play. He didn't win any games that he started. And then the bell rang, as Bruce Pritchard would say. Training camp started. Tyler Shough is terrible, according to everybody's reports. He's turning over the ball like crazy. And it appears as we're going to have another season where they're running Rattler out there as the number one. All three quarterbacks are listed as number one on the first official depth chart. That's a move. Rattler has been working with the ones now 3 straight days. I think this is funny. Vegas knows everything. The Saints were a 3.5-point favorite Sunday. It's now a pick 'em because of all the reports about how bad the quarterbacks have been. The Saints were below the Jets for the worst Super Bowl odds. They've now dropped even below them. They're now dead last in the NFL. Nick, you are our resident Shough guy. Are you officially off the train?
Absolutely not. If there's one thing about Tyler Shough is that he sucks in the preseason, but once the lights come on, Tyler Shough's going to light you up. So look for Tyler Shough to maybe have a slow start, maybe a little Greg the Hammer Valentine style, but he's going to come out firing once week 1's coming around. It's coming into the season as a starter. Book it.
You know when he's going to come out firing in week 14 when the team's 0-13 to fuck him out of the first pick in the draft. That's when he's going to come out firing. Tommy, you're our resident loyal Saints fan like Nick. You are not a Shough fan. I'm sure you're probably not surprised by this news here coming out of camp.
I'm not. I am not at all shocked. Who would have thought drafting a 40-year-old QB in the second round at pick 40 was a bad idea? So, I get it. Nick's on the bandwagon. He's got some shirts to make. I am on board. I want to Shough with suck. I mean, suck with Shough. I can't even say it because they're synonymous.
You got to get this in there.
But I have been on the Rattler train. I'm Rattle That, the Rattle Trap, the Rat Teat, whatever you want to call him. The dude had nothing last year. He had a mash unit of a line. He had no receivers. Kamara barely played. I mean, give the guy a chance. And that was always my hope, is that you put Rattler out there. If he's good, you have a semi-Brock Purdy situation. You have a quarterback on a cheap rookie deal. You continue to do the rebuild. If it's bad, then you don't have anything to worry about. You have a 4th-round draft pick. You draft somebody next year when all the QB gods come out, the Billy Nunn-Guessers, the Arch Mannings, and you go from there. So that's what's my take. When I heard this news, I was not shocked. I'm actually seeing I don't know if it's Underhill or somebody else saying that, like, even in practice, he's, like, grounding the ball. You think you're like a 12th-year Tom Brady, or you're going to just yell at your team and to prove a point. Like, dude, you need to be trying to make plays, trying to create splashes, and working out the kinks and trying to see what works in the preseason, especially in practice, in training camp. What are you doing acting like a veteran quarterback when you're a 37-year-old virgin? Like, I just don't understand it.
I saw the same tweets about the grounding, and I also kind of giggled to myself, like, dude, you have on a red jersey, bro. You're not going to get sacked. Throw the ball down the field, bro. What are we doing?
In our season, if Tyler Shough gets hurt in training camp.
Jesus. Jake Hayner's above him. Jake the Snake Hayner, Mr. Two Gloves, Mr. GQ photo shoot, is actually outperforming him. I believe he was a 5th round from Fresno. Basically like a Derek Carr understudy, and he's getting more love and more pub than Shough. About the only thing Shough did was his fake Facebook profile liked my comment that Bobby Hebert was a Saints legend. It's about the only good thing he's done since he's been in New Orleans. And, bro, I went to eat at cooler restaurants than your boy Derek Carr.
Is it really that bad, or we just have that much fun trolling? How bad is it? Is it going to be what did he play, 50 games now? 50 season? Or are we going down that road right now?
Think about last year. Training camp, oh my God, this is the best offense we've ever seen. This is the best team that we've ever seen.
Week 1 and 2.
Training camp is always like the peak of positivity. If these reporters are saying that it's that bad, this team is terrible. I'm just preparing you guys now. If the talk is that it ain't good, it must be really, really not good. And the report that you were talking about, they had a 2-minute drill where apparently Kellen Moore stopped it with like 20 seconds on the clock. It's like, this. Like, let's just go inside. Like, I don't want to do this anymore. That's always what you love to see in the middle of training camp, for sure.
I love it right now because all I see is free Saints tickets coming my way because nobody's going to want to go.
Free Saints tickets for us and a stud quarterback drafted next season.
All about it. I can't wait to see the product. My anticipation levels are going to be at an all-time high. Not expecting much of anything coming from the Saints organization, and rightfully so. I'm here for it. Can't wait to experience.
Can't wait to see all 3 quarterbacks go out for their first drive. Like,
right.
You line up at quarterback, you line up at tailback, you line up at left guard. Okay, let's rotate that.
So look, I'm under the influence, not currently, but I'm under the influence of is going to be the year of the rat.
That's what a lot of people are saying. I don't know if that's real or fake, but that's what a lot of people are saying. And look, let me ask you this. I'll pose it to all 3 of y'all. What should we expect to see Sunday? Who's going to be first? Who's going to be second? Who's going to shine brightest? Look, I could tell you this. This is probably what's going to happen. Rattler's probably going to face the ones and maybe struggle a little bit, but he's facing the fucking ones. Hayner may go second and be okay, wishy-washy. Everybody's going to be bought back into Shough because he's going to be facing insurance salesmen late in the 4th quarter. There is a world where we're going to be sitting here next Wednesday talking about, hey, Shough was 7 of 10 with a touchdown, even though we got to understand he didn't face a single player who's going to actually be in the NFL this year.
Do you think that's what's going to happen? I'm thinking like Mickey Loomis, like a complete moron. It's hard for me to do that. You got a big, shiny new toy that you think's awesome, and when you bring that to the playground, everybody just kind of craps on it because, hey, we've been having that for 15 years and we don't want it. That's kind of what I'm thinking. He's going to trot out Shough just to be able to say, hey, look, here's my guy, and this is what he could do, and it's just not going to happen.
Tommy, what's going to happen Sunday?
There's no way they're bringing him out first. They're going to protect their investment and not expose him against those ones. And conversely, what's going to happen is going to backfire because I think Rattler is going to show out. I think he's going to go back to his little QB1 on Netflix. He's going to be cocky. He's the number 2 now, so he's rocking the deuce. He's going to take command of that team. He's going to show up, and the Saints are going to do something stupid like win every preseason game.
Nick, what are we going to see Sunday when the black and gold take the field?
Honestly, I don't know, but I am very excited.
The
Saints team.
Yes.
Because usually when your team's supposed to be good, you get pissed off when they suck. What are we really expecting from the Saints team? If they were be average, I'd be pissed. either be very good or very bad. Anything in between is not good. So if they're going to be laughably bad, great. I'm here for it.
You guys want to get together and put $100 on the Saints to win the Super Bowl? We win $40,000 if they win it all.
I got a better way to spend $100.
The odds should be better than that or worse than that.
Plus 40,000 for New Orleans. Yeah, that's the worst in the NFL. So let me ask you this: how bad is it going to get? Are they? Because right now they have the longest odds of anybody in the NFL. Is it really going to be that bad? Are they really going to be the worst team in the NFL?
The division is so bad.
That's my concern. The division is that bad.
Yeah, the division is so bad that they might be walk backwards into the playoffs.
Oh my God.
Playoffs?
Dude, they're not going to come close to Tampa. Don't even start.
Tampa has a terrible quarterback, Tommy.
Or plus 820 to make the playoffs. That's second to last behind Cleveland. Tampa is minus 144 to make the playoffs.
They might flip around and win the division, find themselves in the playoffs, and get the 13th, 14th, 15th pick. Or no, it would be worse, even worse than that.
That, I mean, to me, that's the ideal scenario.
That is the 7-10 possible thing. Let's root for a 2-15 season.
Let's play hypothetical, because the Cleveland Browns general manager on social media, he said, we're not tanking for Arch because I don't think Arch would play here, and I don't think Arch is going to come out. Let's say the Saints are 2-15. Let's say the Saints get the first pick in the draft. Let's say that Arch Manning, and I do have my doubts about this, but let's say Arch Manning is the real deal and is that number one guy. Would the family allow him to play for the New Orleans Saints?
They're such divas, man. The dad did two great things. He had two kids. He didn't do anything in the NFL. He came to a destroyed franchise that hadn't really started yet and made it even worse. He was the first person with a pulse to play quarterback for the Saints, and then decided to have two kids and not go to LSU. They're going to handpick where they go, man. That's what Mannings freaking do. Childish-ass kids.
Maybe back up that Nuss Bus to the Superdome. How you like that, Tommy?
Nuss guesser?
Talk to me about that, Tommy. Let's have that conversation. Let's say Nuss has a Burrow-type season, 45 touchdowns, 6 picks, 4,000 yards, and it looks like he's that dude. His dad is in the building. His dad's the offensive coordinator. Would you support an LSU quarterback under center for New Orleans?
God, I would be more acceptable to it because his dad having been a Saint, because of the fact that I actually don't mind him, at least yet. Let's see what he does this season. and whoever they draft next year, I'm hoping they don't just trot him out and destine him to fail. I hope they maybe sit him and ease him in. So that would buy Baker a couple more years. And the last one is Todd McShay, who I do deeply admire as a draft analyst, has Nussmeier's comp NFL as Baker Mayfield. So
it's going to be terrible.
If you get Nuss and he's on his little Nuss Bus with the swag and the wristbands and the bandana and starts talking shit in the Superdome, and what if he wears number 7? It would be hard pressed for me not to support him.
Tommy, have you ever heard Nussmeier speak?
He don't have that swag.
No, he is a huge, devout Christian. He ain't going to be wearing no bandanas, bro.
I've seen him do the Dougie after he scored a touchdown. He's got something in him.
Yeah.
Saints odds to win the Super Bowl was plus 40,000, you said?
The worst in the entire NFL.
I just looked it up. The Saints odds to go 0-17 plus 20,000.
They're more likely that they lose every game.
Yes.
Saints win Sunday? Yay or nay?
Who cares?
Yeah, they're going to win.
I think they're going to win. They got more incentive to try. They got 3 quarterbacks who are going to be hungry. The Chargers are going to be playing God knows.
Chargers are good, though.
Trey Lance.
Yeah. Saints are going to win.
I don't care. All right, let's go on record right now. Do your research. Get your numbers out.
Yep. What's up?
How many games do the Saints legitimately win this season? In your opinion, how many dubs?
Well, I could tell you the Vegas over is 4.5.
I'm saying 2.
That's exactly where I'm at.
No way, dude. No way.
0-17?
No, more. They're way.
Who are they going to be?
They're
shit
way
on them for
too,
30 minutes.
But look, they're way too stupid to do that. You know Rattler's going to throw for 500 yards in a game in Week 17. They're going to win 5 or 6 games.
This is their only possible win.
No, this is the Saints. They're going to win at the Bills. They're going to.
No.
That's what they do. They beat 500 last year.
No. Okay.
I think that they're going to win just enough to screw themselves out of a top 5 pick. They're going to win.
They're
5.
beating the Jets. They have the Jets at home or away?
The Jets are home.
Okay, they're beating the Jets.
Carolina's at home.
They're beating Carolina. That's their 2 wins.
Why can't they beat Arizona in the opener? Dude, Arizona's not good. Why can't they beat the Giants at home? The Giants are terrible.
They're going to beat the Falcons.
Falcons are good.
But
Falcons will be good this year.
But y'all, that's the thing. The Saints always beat teams that are good.
I win 4 games just because I was going to say 5. I don't want to agree with Casey.
Dabo Sweeney this week said Clemson will be the first ever 16-0 college football team.
How did he say it, though?
Well, dadgummit, I'm going to be the first 16-0 college football team this season. I don't have nobody in the transfer portal. We're going to be running down the hill at Death Valley. We're going
The last time that somebody ran in khakis was not a good
Dabo, love you, bud, but well, actually, I don't love you. I think you're but
hold up now, Casey.
yeah, how to use the Lord's name in vain? No, get out of here. Will Clemson even be 1-0?
Absolutely.
Oh, God. You think they beat LSU in the
Sadly, I have no faith in Brian Kelly to win an opener, especially an opener on the road. An opener against a good team on the road.
How Brian Kelly would it be for LSU to win the opener and not win another game the whole season?
That'd be very not like Brian Kelly.
That's not happening.
Well, I know not literally. How LSU would it be to crush Clemson in the opener and go like 6-6?
Brian Kelly's to be banging on a table after that game. I don't know what's going on, fellas. Same thing from last year.
My Dabo is way better than your Brian Kelly.
And we let him off the hook.
That's some big bulletin board material for sure, especially against a team that hasn't won an opening game against a credible opponent in quite some time. I think probably the last thing that needed to be said, but I'm here for it.
Let's take a look at that Clemson schedule. We got LSU
schedule
in week 1. I say they're going to get the W there. Sadly, not because they're better, is because I have no faith in Brian Kelly to win an opening game on the road. Next, they have Troy win. Georgia Tech probably win. Georgia Tech should be pretty decent this year. Syracuse win. UNC, my boy Billy B's taking that 0 away from him. They got Boston College should be a win. SMU, I don't know if they're going to beat SMU. Duke should be a win. Florida State should be a win. Louisville should be a win. Furman, tough game to schedule on November 22nd. They should beat Furman. And then they got the South Carolina Gamecocks in the last game of the season.
And then the ACC championship, and then every single round of the college football playoff. What's more likely, the Saints go 0-17 or Clemson goes 16-0?
Saints go 1-17.
Yeah, 100%. Clemson's not winning every freaking game.
I don't think they're going to beat South Carolina then.
I don't think they're beating LSU in the opener.
Because
I don't beat LSU in the opener.
One quarterback in South Carolina that I would take, it wouldn't be Kate Klubnik.
I know we're going to get to that, but Clemson's a 3.5-point favorite at home, so that's telling me that's an even money game. The over-under for that game is 57.5.
They're not bought on the defenses, brother.
Ooh, Lord.
Look, so it's actually at Clemson. I thought it was like one of those neutral.
No. True road game. They come to LSU next season. True road game. I have been hearing from some little birdies that LSU's defense is pretty good. Historically, when Klubnik faces good defenses, he throws the ball to you. We'll see.
I was listening to Moscona on Monday on the way home from work, and they had a live 11-on-11 scrimmage, like no situations or anything, just straight up ones versus ones. And he was just rattling off the play-by-play. That defensive line dominated our offensive line. I'm not sure if that's a credit to the defensive line.
That could be a problem.
Or if the offensive line was that bad. 0 run game. Now, Nuss did shine. He had a couple long, really good passes. But that was – I don't know how to read into that. If that, like I said, if that's concerning or a great thing. But it looks like we're going to have a defense in Baton Rouge this year.
And it looks like, again, and I'm knocking on wood, They're going to actually let Harold Perkins rush the passer, and he's not going to be playing safety this year, dropping into coverage every third down snap. So I think that'll be a good thing as well.
I think what's going to be the difference is LSU's got a lot of, and compared to the rest of college football, they have a lot of older folks on that defensive side. That's going to be the ticket. It's kind of like those older, smaller teams that play in the NCAA tournament that have success because they've been playing together for so long. Hopefully it's going to be one of those.
I can't wait for that LSU and Clemson game. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be very exciting, and I'm jacked up. I tell you what.
Let's go.
When Dabo runs down that hill, I'm going to be hoping that he trips and busts his ass, and then hopefully LSU takes it to him. Y'all ready to give out some stuff?
Oh, it's ready.
The wheel is ready. We're going to be giving out a $100 Walmart gift card in the spirit of back to school. We could have done this where we pick numbers, right? Nick insisted that we type every single name in the phone book in the wheel.
Dedication.
So we spent like 6 hours before the show programming the wheel. Nick, are you ready, sir?
Tommy, can you sing the back to school?
Back to school.
Go ahead, Nick. Tommy's going to give us
a little drum roll here.
It's Tommy singing.
Here we go.
Show my dad I'm not a fool. Got my lunch packed up, my boots tied tight.
Hope I don't get
a fight. Oh,
there we go.
Casey Lynn is the winner.
Casey
of the
Lynn.
$100 gift card. We'll contact you if you're not listening. If you're not listening, it's a shame, but we will contact you on how to get that.
SummerSlam was this past weekend. Really weird that it starts at like 5. I don't know. I wasn't crazy about that. I thought the whole point of having premium live events on Saturday was so that we could go late. And then I tune in at like 7 and realize that I missed the whole damn show. And it was already almost the main event. But I thought by and large it was pretty good. We did have 2 big surprises at the end of both nights. The end of night 1 after CM Cuck defeats Gunther and wins the championship, Seth Rollins cashes in and takes the title off of him. And then the end of night 2 after Cody dethrones John Cena, Cody leaves the ring and he's, hey, I'm the champ again. Cena's in the ring. Hey, this is my last SummerSlam. And we're all wondering like, okay, is this it? Then Brock Lesnar's music hits and he just comes out and destroys John Cena, looking like he has done nothing but steroids since leaving the WWE, built like a freight train. So your thoughts on SummerSlam, boys? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Again, I'll ask you to be a Meltzer. How many stars does the show get?
Meltzer is awful, by the way.
Yes.
I don't know how my algorithm got on him, but he is just a AEW fanboy. They could do no wrong, and WWE could do no right. Did not watch Saturday, just saw the highlights. But I did watch Sunday, and I'm going to be the odd man out. I really enjoy the early start time because I get to watch the entirety of it and then get to go to bed at a reasonable time to go to work.
I like it on Sunday, not Saturday. I like it on Sunday.
I love the main event. I thought it was one of the better matches of the year so far. They literally beat the hell out of each other, and it was awesome to watch. And it was not just beating the hell out of each other. They actually told a story. They actually worked. And to see John Cena kind of waste that heel turn, I'm not a big fan of that. I think that was probably one of the 2 most influential moments in the history of professional wrestling with him turning heel and Hogan. And they didn't do anything with it. And I think that's a credit or discredit to The Rock and his whatever happened with him. I enjoyed the event, and I even enjoyed it more when Brock Lesnar came out because he's been involved in so much BS out of the ring with the whole Vince McMahon allegedly. I mean, you guys read the story. I don't have to tell you that he shot some chick's head. It was awesome to see him. Just think about this. Think of the crowd reaction, how loud that was. That was in a freaking stadium.
Yes, it was.
To get that reaction, I thought was pretty cool.
What did y'all think of Jelly Roll?
I missed Saturday. I just saw the highlights, but it didn't look that bad.
He wasn't horrible. I mean, he wasn't. He was not Ric Flair in his prime. He also wasn't Jay Leno. I mean, he was able to hold his own. He did okay.
Did he go through a table?
Logan Paul did like a frog splash with his little drink in his hands, and he jumped and frog splashed Jelly Roll through the table. That's the only thing I saw about SummerSlam. So y'all have a good conversation.
Can we all agree that Logan Paul's a future world champion?
He has to be. He has to be. The TLC tag match I thought was probably overbooked, overproduced. That was a lot going on. Tommy could give us the female breakdown in a little bit, but I'm pretty sure that little gal that took the bump from the top of the ladder to the floor, that her knee went straight through the ladder
first.
That was pretty tough to watch.
Did Jelly Roll wrestle that match?
Oh, yeah, he was in the match. He took the pin, which I also applaud him for that. Usually celebrities come in and that doesn't work for me, brother. I'm going over. No, he took the pin.
That dude's a crackhead.
Yeah, well, fair enough.
Can't hurt a crackhead.
Rollins is the champ. We like that.
We love that. That's the part that I did see on Saturday. I was pissy whenever you texted me that CM Punk had won. I turned my phone down after that. I didn't see the rest of it. And then when I got back alive on Sunday morning, I saw that Rollins cashed in, and I think that's pretty neat, man.
Tommy, Seth freaking Rollins is our world champion, and CM Punk gets screwed over. Were you happy about that?
Absolutely. I thought Saturday was horrible. I thought Seth saved it. I liked the whole hurt angle, and was he really hurt? Was it all kayfabe? I mean, he needed to be the champion one way or another, so I'm glad he finally cashed in. Jelly Roll, yeah, I'll give him some props, but he screwed up the biggest moment. When he was on the table, he had to, readjust himself. Yeah, that just kind of threw me off. I was probably the least excited person that Lesnar came back, only for the reasons of how. I wanted heel Cena to continue out. I wanted him to maybe retire with the belt and or lose to Logan Paul. I would have liked if he did babyface just for a match and then turned again or something like, haha, got you with the Titantron shit, but just wasn't a fan of him losing. I'm over the Cody Rhodes stuff. Great story, whatever, but the story's over. I don't like Cody Rhodes. He's not as bad as Uso, but not a Cody Rhodes guy here. And the women's match, I'm not a Naomi fan. I think anytime you get Rhea Ripley and Io Sky in a match, put whoever you want in it, they're going to do good work.
I think one of the coolest things about that whole main event was the fact that in the back of your mind, Cena can be a heel and just kind of waiting for that turn. And then I think when Brock Lesnar came back, I guess solidified Cena is not going back to the dark side.
No.
But Tommy made a point that we didn't hit on. How cool was that freaking storyline and the way that they carried it out with Seth Rollins' injury? They used social media. They used his social media. They used Becky Lynch's social media that he was out.
Oh, bro, I'm walking on crutches, bringing my daughter to school.
And when this cat threw that brace off, I popped.
Yeah, I'm with you. That was really exciting. He's now the champion. Looks like he's going to be feuding with the tribal chief. So speaking of Meltzer, I'm reading after SummerSlam, and he even did a big old story. Oh, Roman Reigns set for some time off after SummerSlam. Then he starts a program with Seth Rollins on Monday Night Raw. Like, dude, can you be any more of a cook? Like, God damn.
I don't understand that guy. I guess that gets some views. I mean, we're talking about him.
Yeah, fair enough.
I don't understand how Roman Reigns is the tribal chief, Mr. Sponsored by Jordan, and he's wearing Jordan mids and Spizikes. Those are like the I'm too poor to afford real Jordan shoes. And you got your boy, Bronson. I don't know why is he in the triumvirate? That's just whatever. And now he's stealing the shoes, what Paul Heyman was calling him, like the tribal thief and the Shough Leia or whatever. Funny, but Roman Reigns, you literally have your own Jordan customized boots. Like, why are you rocking the poor people J's? I don't understand that. As a shoe person, I'm offended deeply.
Hey, Jacob Fatu, is he a future world champion?
Yes.
I think so, too. He's got it all.
Yes.
He needs,
and then that's a great point, too, unless if he does something crazy, but he does have a checkered past. But, fellas, he needs to get out of this Solo Sikoa thing. Like, it was cool when Roman was there. It was cool when the Usos were there. It was even cool when Sami Zayn and even Solo was there. Now it feels like it's Solo Sikoa, Jacob Fatu, and a bunch of guys that work in North America interfering in the match. Like, I don't even know who any of these dudes are. They're jumping into the ring. They all, to me, look the same. Like, it's become overkill since Roman Reigns separated himself from the pack.
Didn't they have another one that showed up Saturday or Sunday?
Like, they're announcing them on the commentary team like, oh, yeah, here's such a – like, I don't know who the this is. It's too many now. It's too much.
I think that Jacob Fatu has kind of elevated himself out of that. That moonsault from the top of the cage for no reason was awesome.
Yeah.
Moonsault from the top of the cage, 10 out of 10.
I think Fatu's getting babyface vibes. Like, people are just tired of him being overshadowed and loving him more. So I think him and Logan Paul could be a creative angle in the future, because if people, still want to hate Logan as much as he is by doing his little, as Nick says, his little drink Shaugh's frog splashes. I think that would be a nice little rivalry to spice things up in a new feud going into next year. That's just me.
Big made a good point. The cuff breaking was stupid.
Yeah,
the cuffing was ridiculous. There's got to be some little bit of realness into it, right? Hey, can you cuff my hand, please?
Yeah.
I'm not going to try to pull away at all. Here,
and it was the second time. Look, you guys were in wrestling. If somebody has a big pile driver thing planned, and it's the main event, do you go in the car and use a pile driver? No, right? In the Becky Lynch match, we had handcuffs involved. It was tire wrap. It wasn't actually handcuffs, but it was the second straight match where we had somebody's hands being tied together. It was too much.
Agents not talking to each other.
Somebody knows what's going on.
It's too much.
By the way, I heard the Becky Lynch slander on play-by-play.
I don't like.
She's a good heel.
No,
dude, that you can't see him line.
Yes.
I mean, I know I'm sounding like a female wrestling mark again, but I was about to say two quick props. One, the Spanish fly off the top rope through the table in the TLC match. That was a great spot. And last night, the Becky Lynch, you can't see him.
I didn't see that. But your gimmick is that you're a dyke, but you're not. You're married. I don't. Oh, I'm the man. No, you're not. You're married to Seth Rollins. You're not a dyke.
She works like a man. She's entertaining like a man.
It walks like a duck and it quacks like a duck.
I mean, Seth Rollins is a little off too.
Some of those outfits, bro. Even for me, he's like Macho Man on RuPaul's Drag Race sometimes.
Can we stop for a moment and appreciate Dominic Mysterio's dominant victory over AJ Styles?
That's good wrestling.
Greatest Intercontinental Champion of all time, Dominic Mysterio.
That is good wrestling.
I think this got touched on. I might have read it on Twitter. His little promo walking back where he casually drops, no help from anybody, no help from Judgment Day. Similar to Fatu. He is piecing himself out and raising himself up on a new level. If you watched Unreal, they need to strap the rocket to him before it dies down. He needs his push.
Great point. We're talking about all these young stars that are going to be breakout people. Why do we continuously get match after match, week after week of Rusev and Sheamus? I stopped watching Raw,
dude,
because
Damien,
that was the first match, and I was like, I'm done.
Damien,
I'm done.
I watched it cover to cover. They wrestled the whole show. Literally, they were having promos in the back, and the people doing the promos were getting interrupted by Sheamus and Rusev fighting in the back. That match lasted for the entire show.
There's not one person except the person that's booking this crap that wants to see that. It's not good. It wasn't years ago.
I'm with you, but I'm just letting you know that went on for the full 2 hours of the show.
I've taken that have been more entertaining than watching that.
The TLC was good. There were a bunch of high spots. And I even told you guys this. The Wyatt Six really don't do much for me, man. It was a great match, but there's 100 of them. The one who I like the most, Bo Dallas, doesn't even wrestle. He just sits on a rocker. It's become Walmart brand Wyatt family. It's not as good as what the Wyatt family was. And I get it. It's a tribute. He's trying to pay tribute to his brother. We tried it. It's just a bunch of dudes in costumes, bro. I don't get it. Am I alone in that? Do you guys like the Wyatt Six? I don't like it.
I want to. That's my problem. I want to. So everything they do good, it's great. Kind of like when Billy Haywood cut Jerry Johnson. Every little thing he does is great. But it's just got to go back to the minors, bro. You gotta repackage them guys and put them in something else. Some talented guys is just not working. That goth stuff doesn't work. You had one guy that got it over, and it was Bray Wyatt.
Yeah, he's in
everything else, the whole carrying cross, all bra, wear black, don't work. It might work in NXT where there's a bunch of nerds that's watching that from their mom's basement, but it doesn't work on the main card.
Not a big Aleister Black fan, I take it.
Terrible. All them dudes are terrible. Finn Balor, oh, bro, I paint myself. No, you're terrible.
The Demon.
All right, so I think we're setting up Cena and Lesnar in Australia. Cena goes over, right? I mean, Lesnar's coming back, taking a huge payday just to tap out, right?
Lesnar doesn't lose.
Lately, he's been losing quite a lot.
He hadn't wrestled in like 3 years. When was the last time he was active?
Well, you said it earlier. It involved excrement and allegedly. He's got his teeth fixed, though. I guess that he got his crowns or whatever.
He's on the roids. He looks like a blimp. And not in a bad way. He's huge.
You'll get no retort from me, Mr. Gisclair.
I cannot get past that whole story. I watched a whole 15-minute documentary on the court documents and all that stuff. It's fantastic.
Can't believe you've never let a guy take a shit in your chest.
2023 SummerSlam was Lesnar's last match. Lost to Cody.
That sounds right, though, because they've been having graphics of Lesnar passed the torch, so to speak, and now Cena's passing the torch back to Cody. Both happened at SummerSlam.
That's another thing that Meltzer on. See what I did there? That they would allow such a person to come back. Bro, it's professional wrestling. It's drugs and scandals. Like, that's what you watch.
Superfly's dead now. If his music hit tomorrow, we would cheer him. He literally murdered his wife. We're wrestling fans, dude. We're sleazebags.
Forget about
you, Chris Benoit, me.
I was watching a Hogan tribute the other day, and it referenced the fact that Meltzer gave Hogan and Andre the Giant at WrestleMania 3 -4 stars and called it the worst match in wrestling history.
But he likes carrying cross and some dude from church.
Yeah.
Mess me with all that.
Neither here nor there. We brought it up a second ago. I have seen bits and pieces. It's on my list. I have not yet watched full episodes. Whew, I ain't going to lie. I'm a little concerned that I'm maybe going to know too much. Part of me wants to have that little bit of little boy magic in me and not knowing what's going to happen. I'm afraid if I watch it, I'm going to know too much. Have you guys seen it? I guess it's different for y'all. Y'all actually work. Tommy's an MMA superstar. He's been in the cage before. It's a little different for y'all than it is for me. What did y'all think? And what do you think of the idea? Do you think that, because look, 50 years ago, 40 years ago, even suggesting that you do a show like this would have got your ass kicked by the guys in the back. But boy, how times have changed to how now we're showing you, hey, here's the sausage and here's how it's made. This is exactly how we do what we do. Crazy times, man.
I may have done a little backtracking since Friday when we last spoke about this. So remember a couple years, probably been 2 decades since, maybe on NBC or ABC, they had the Secrets of Professional Wrestling that came out, and the dudes had to come out in masks and stuff because they would get tarnished from the business. I caught some clips of Unreal, went and watched. I don't think I watched all 4 episodes, but I watched a good bit. And then I watched Cody Rhodes talk about it. Somebody asked about him, and he said, do you really think the stuff that they didn't want you to see made it? He said, you don't think everybody back there sees the cameras? They know that they're getting filmed and recorded or whatever. So it kind of put a little damper on what I thought was just exposing everything that they do. Kind of led me to believe that some of this is probably a work.
We're getting kayfabed on the non-kayfabe show.
Wrestling's at a good point with that type of stuff. Do I think they're using the folks correctly? Absolutely not. But with using social media, using some of the fan cams when I think it was Kevin Owens attacked Cody Rhodes or whatever that angle was, not filming it, just some little stuff like that. This could just be a platform to get their brand across to some folks that maybe aren't watching it that'll tune into this type of stuff. But to say that's 1,000% accurate after hearing Cody Rhodes talk about that.
So that's the consensus that this was not an accurate portrayal of what it is like in gorilla position?
I think some of it is, but he's got a good point. I mean, they're not going to show Triple H dog cussing somebody and burying them.
Everything seems to be so like all these guys are getting coddled now, and it's not like them walking through the curtain and Vince McMahon's just giving them the death stare and Undertaker saying, "Come with me."
Oh, bro, I'm dead.
Fight in the shower.
You can't do that anymore.
One of the things I saw was CM Punk like going up to Triple H and hugging him and crying and stuff like that. It's like,
because CM
what is
Punk's
this, Big Brother?
Absolute cup.
CM Cup.
But with that being said, it was pretty entertaining. I enjoyed it. I watched it with my wife. She's not a big wrestling fan. She's never worked. She's not one of the boys.
No,
but she didn't really enjoy it. She's like, I thought it would be more like about how, I don't know, like not the actual backstage, but look behind the curtain or whatever. And she said that she really didn't understand what a lot of the stuff they were talking about or whatever. She didn't enjoy it. I thought it was pretty good.
Okay. Tommy, have you seen it?
I finished it.
Okay. Tell us your thoughts.
I started out not thinking I was going to like it because, similar to what Damien was saying, there was a lot of layers of the onion that I would hope wouldn't be exposed, and it seemed like they were doing it. And a lot of it kind of almost caught up to present time. It got like eerily close We knew the refs have been calling this stuff since the 80s. Obviously, the technology is a lot more advanced now. Seeing the inner workings and things like that, I didn't like. What I did kind of like, but it might be a little contradictory, is the wrestlers giving out their government names. Obviously, I knew Terry Bollea, but he was never Terry Bollea to me. It was Hulk Hogan. So seeing some of these wrestlers kind of like expose themselves and talk about their journey and what they've done, while also cool, because I thought that was a nice little additive to it. I just didn't want it to give away too much. But of course, now the talks are coming. People are pissed that Triple H is abusing his power to go into the inner workings of the show, but people are kind of like in arms, like, hey, this might expose it to a new level of fan that never wanted to give WWE a chance. It was made good. Far-fetched that Netflix produced thing, and this was Peyton Manning who produced it, by the way. I thought that was a little wrinkle. QB1 and even the quarterback series, the wide receiver, those are awesome. So it seems like anything Peyton Manning touches right now is turning to gold. Hopefully he'll touch Arch and he goes to the Saints. My girl Chelsea Green was in there. I found that to be a nice little wrinkle, and it showed the dark side of wrestling. Your homegirl bought 20 tickets for her family in her hometown. Your boy didn't even schedule her, so she's up there crying and stuff during the match. I thought the Charlotte Flair angle was pretty cool, showing like how they prep backstage. Confirm Rhea Ripley is a weirdo.
Charlotte Flair, some work done, huh?
Yes, she did.
Oh, I haven't seen her in years.
Yeah,
I haven't watched wrestling in years, and I saw her on that thing, and I don't even recognize her.
And
her face looks completely different.
That doctor deserves
she has
a raise.
some other features that have been modified. Yeah, she's hardly recognizable.
Obviously, you would like to maybe see what goes on in the back, but that's probably the stuff that they don't want you to see. There was one or two moments where maybe, I think it was the Tiffany Stratton, Charlotte Flair, Triple H was like, hey, what the hell happened? That wasn't in the script. That was kind of rumored. The whole, your boy's in my DMs, you got divorce shit. So maybe there is some inner workings that we don't know, as I'm sure there are. But kind of for a little bit, it looked like to be like a prop-up piece. And then they just dropped that. I was hoping they would expose what happened to Travis Scott, but they didn't. So all in all, I thought it was good. It ushered in, I guess, some new eyes to it. So hopefully that'll create some new fans and make things more interesting.
Have some wisdom from one Mr. Buddy Miller, who said, yeah, you know why they doing that? So why would they doing that, buddy? And it actually kind of makes sense. So, yeah, UFC owns boat now. They want to make you know that UFC's real and WWE's fake. And it is kind of like almost a little separation between the two. Like they're letting you know, hey, this is our fiction company. This is our not fiction company.
It's a show. It's always been a show. I might be getting kayfabe by the kayfabers.
Let's go ahead and thank our sponsors. We don't do that enough. We got to make sure we start doing that more. Martin's AC and Electric, Performance Automotive and Accessories, the Law Office of Tommy J. Bado, DTB Clothing, and also the Lafouche Concert and Events Club. We thank them so very much. And then also, more importantly, if you say, hey, how do I become a sponsor of this little podcast you guys got? Very easy. Just reach out to any of us or that little number on the screen there. You could text that number. You could dial that number. Find out a way to get a hold of us, and we will be more than happy to get you guys included. We thank them also very much.
Let me add to that. We are kind of in a lull right now with the summer. Not much sports going on. Things are about to pick up. Business is about to pick up.
About to start wearing my darks.
You might want to get on the group chat podcast train right now, because this is going to be an interesting football season.
It sure will.
What goes further, the Nuss Bus or the group chat podcast train?
Easily us.
So unlike the Netflix documentary, our sponsors are very real, and that's why we're thanking them.
What's going on in the WNBA?
I don't know, Casey, why don't you tell us what's going on in the WNBA?
Sure. Now on 3, I think maybe even 4 separate instances, fans have been causing stoppages in the game because they're throwing dildos on the court, to the point to where there's even now some sports books that are taking bets on what color the next dildo that's thrown on the court is going to be.
I did hear a life hack. Apparently, if you know somebody with the WNBA team in their hometown, you get them to bet on the blue dildo that has the best odds, and then you can actually win money by going throw it on the court.
Yeah, and look, what's the bail for something like that, Tommy? Like $1,000, something like that?
I would assume that would, at worst, you could be assault, maybe.
That's assault.
Maybe a battery. That's assault, brother. I think last time somebody got hit, so that could have been a battery, because if a dildo is deemed a dangerous weapon, and I don't know what kind of stuff you watch, but I don't believe it's a dangerous weapon. I guess it could be. I guess your bail would be, I don't know, like $5,000-ish at worst.
$5,000-ish, he said.
How do you get that adult toy in the building?
Thank you.
Do you shove it somewhere?
I have wondered that since the scandal began.
And one of the funniest parts about it is the picking up of the object. I saw a guy pick up with a towel. I saw one of the players kick it. It's pretty awesome.
I think you just hide it in your sleeve of your hoodie would be the easiest. If you got some nice little cuffs in your hoodie.
It's kind of warm for hoodie weather.
Who's the first person? We're going to bring a dildo and throw it on the court, dude.
Well, there's only 5 people in the stand, so it can't be that hard to figure out who's doing it. I think the guy got arrested.
I tell you who it is. Is the dildo bandit out there throwing dildos on the floor? Is it the same guy that's been throwing dildos each time, or is it different people?
It's been multiple people that have been arrested.
There's multiple dildoists on the loose, and we got to figure it out.
Tommy, if you get a phone call tomorrow and it's like, hey, may I speak with Mr. Tommy J. Botto? Yes, sir. Yeah, this is Tommy speaking. Do you do cases where people get arrested for throwing sex toys on the floor? But are you representing that person?
Abso-fucking-lutely. Straight to the press conference. This is a travesty. We will not sleep until our First Amendment dildo rights are recognized. Let's go.
I mean, what's the difference between throwing that and an octopus?
Right. It's basically like the Red Wings. You throw an octopus on the ice or throw your hats on the ice. Like in Japanese wrestling, they throw streamers into the ring. WNBA, they throw dildos onto the court. That's different.
I think there's a unique wrinkle in here. There was an article or a clip circulating of Diana Taurasi saying, I'm the best player in the world and the janitor makes more than me. So you're actually giving the janitor his time to shine during a game in which he makes more than everybody on the court, cleaning up the dildo and having to bring it up to security. So I think that's a pretty nice little cheap shot by the dildo artist.
A person was arrested this week.
Several, yeah. I think there were at least 2 or 3 arrests.
College Park. Not Bubba Sparks.
Not Joe Paterno?
Dilbert Carver.
Dilbert.
There's no way. Is Dilbert the dildoist?
One Saturday after he allegedly threw a sex toy onto the court during last Tuesday's Golden State Valkyries versus Atlanta Dream game at Gateway Center Arena. Do they have accurate attendance numbers online?
They better not.
Some of the franchises do have pretty good attendance. Some are a ghost town.
It's like basically WWE setting their attendance for.
The
Valkyries game had 25,000 people there.
And Meltzer disputes it. No, there was only 67 people there.
3,200 people. So you telling me you can't just, hey, bro, it was this one guy sitting in this one section that did it?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy.
You know, you got one of those white male liberal feminist types. Oh, it was definitely him. I saw him chuck it from here. How dare you disrespect women's rights? That definitely happened.
My question is this going to carry on to the NBA? And what do you throw on an NBA court? If you're
Hopefully something that hits
the
LeBron James in the head hard.
Fleshlights.
Payments.
And did the WNBA players run away from the dildo? Because I'm pretty sure they don't.
I think
somebody kicked it.
Over or under 5.5 more dildos get thrown before they have to initiate some sort of law saying, hey, if you do this again, you know it's coming.
What's coming?
Boom. Lord.
I think over 5, but they will start getting smaller in stature.
What happens? Like, what becomes okay? Obviously, you know how the law works, Tom. We can't just say, well, hey, if you're caught bringing a dildo into an arena, it's a felony. Like, we can't do that. Can we? What can we do? How do we stop this? It's a pandemic. It's spreading. How do we stop this?
I wouldn't go to pandemic levels here just yet. But what I would assume is going to happen is, I'm sorry, I didn't listen to play-by-play today. I don't know what you called it. But they're going to have to get creative with their referencing. So they're going to have to ban that specific item from a stadium, and maybe if you're caught with one, you are then banned from said stadium for any event. So it's one of those big arenas, I would assume you wouldn't want to risk your Houston Rockets privileges for the...
How do you do that, though? Look, we've all been to the Dome. We've all been to Pelicans games. There's not set of pictures like, hey, this one's not allowed, this one's not. Like, I feel like if I lose my season tickets to something, I could just buy tickets on StubHub, get a fake ID, and I'm good.
There's a wanted poster at the door of the Saints at the Superdome for kids.
Do not let this guy in. He threw a dildo at the Atlanta Dream game.
Facial recognition technology. Your boy Portnoy got popped. I mean,
You have one fan, and you're going to kick that person out. You say can't come to any more games. The other 4 people are going to miss their friend.
Maybe Diana Taurasi or whoever else could get a second job as somebody who pats people down as they enter the WNBA game.
Why not
double your money?
Why not go into this? Hey, look, great. We get more publicity because people are throwing sex toys on the ground. Great. Let's get a sponsorship deal out of this.
Ooh, Brazzers supporting the Los Angeles Sparks.
Hey, look.
Put the logo in your jersey.
You complain about money. You complain.
That's what she did with the Me Bound. She just marketed it. Why don't they dig into this?
I say embrace it. Make a layup. Just
embrace what, Nick?
The dildo tossing. You score. You make your layup, and everybody just starts chunking dildos at you.
Like a hat trick,
basically. Yeah.
Just water dogs flying everywhere.
I don't know that we have a very healthy vision for what we think women's basketball should be. But I do think that, unfortunately, this is something that's going to continue. And I'm curious to see what measures are going to be taken to stop this from happening in the future. Because you know how people are. They're going to be some sort of
that's happening this week.
Yeah, 100%. Can you imagine that meeting right now? WWE at WNBA headquarters. We got to stop these dildos, y'all.
We need nets to stop all the dildos. It's going to be like Major League Baseball.
Pocket rocket protection.
Jesus.
This is
Jesus.
terrible.
The world in 2025, we've gone off the rails. What as a society have we done? That's all for our podcast today. But for Tommy across the way out in River Ridge and Nick to my right, Damian to my left, this is Casey Gisclair signing off. Thanks so much for watching the Group Chat Podcast. Stick around. Over the weekend, I think we're going to have some content and some different things. Tommy's coming down the bay. I think we'll get together and push some things out. So it might not be a week. You guys have to wait before you see us again. But stick around. Thanks so much for watching. Y'all have a great rest of the week.